My bad, my bad. I didn't know I was muted. How y'all doing this morning?
Good. Good morning.
I'm good, doing good. You're here a little early. Let's go and get some of these questions out the way.
I'm ready. I wrote some down. I don't know if anyone else has some questions. Okay.
We got a seven so far. I'm trying to get here a little bit early so I can answer a few questions.
I have a quick question. Two things. With me changing my business name,
hmm
should I keep my EIN or should I just get a new one?
Man, that's a tough one. Um, yeah, that is a tough one because it's probably gonna be personal, but if you try to change the information on your EIN, it's gonna take a little while. It'll probably take a couple weeks for it to actually convert over. But if you get another EIN, you can have one in a couple days. I mean, like instantly.
Today, right. So let me also preface it with this. I mean, there isn't no fine, no, there hasn't been any money made. There's nothing really tied to it, and the business in regard to the state of Texas, it's been a year and some months. So there's also that piece. And if I remember, when you do your business license, you don't give them an EIN, so I don't think too much is tied to it.
No, 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 not with the state anyway. But you just did a name change, or did you just start a different LLC?
No, I just changed the name of the LLC. So
Oh, okay, okay. You might be able to just keep the same EIN and because I mean I've literally done that before, but what it end up happening is you'll have to just show them the paperwork that you actually did the amendment.
mm.
um
And I put that in my business foundations like core packet in a separate, folder within it so that if they ask, I can just easily give it to them.
yeah, exactly. But
Right.
are you doing this before you're doing your sound registration, or it was already sound registration already happened?
Yeah, the registration already happened. I'm
Oh,
just waiting on them to approve it.
oh, okay.
Like
Yeah,
reactivated is what I'm
yeah,
saying.
yeah.
They accepted the name change, but I'm just waiting on them to, when you submit, do that final piece.
Okay, yeah, that was a sticky time to do a change in between them doing the approval.
I've been done it, but they were going back. The DLA has been giving me an issue now because of the name and me having two businesses at one address.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's who I'm waiting on to approve it. And they told me they actually said something if they don't or they don't something about the address that they can just outright just close it down and not give it to me at all.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a situation. Because usually I would tell people to like make no changes or nothing until everything is done. And then,
Okay.
you're able to move smooth. But like while you in the process of being approved, I would have had just left it alone until they got done, you know.
No, I haven't touched anything. I'm just
Oh, okay.
asking. No,
Oh,
no.
okay, okay.
Yeah, I'm just asking what would that look like? Because I figured it's going to give some type of issue, but I don't think it'll be too bad as long as I have my paperwork in order.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because they're gonna just ask you for the paperwork and it might
Okay.
take an extra couple of days, but yeah, that's about it.
Okay. The other part is they said there was some rule, some unwritten rule about a 2 week solicitation saying that it's either already awarded. It's kind of like them going through the motions of having to post that solicitation that is probably already awarded to someone. Have you heard that philosophy?
People just be online talking.
I digress.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure because I think I heard somebody on TikTok or something say that like, oh, they already know who they gonna give it to. They just got to go through the process. But yeah, yeah, I heard people say, I heard a lot of talk, but you never know. But that's just some urban legend. Um,
Okay.
I don't even take like what a lot of people say, serious, 'cause, there'd be some people who would be like, oh man, they ain't awarding contract. They just giving it to, they already know who they're gonna give it to and XYZ. I don't know. Cause if they did that, then you would obviously be able to see who stayed winning the same contract over and over. And then you literally can like dispute that. But yeah, no, I don't listen to that. You're
Okay.
gonna hear a lot. When you get in this space, you're gonna hear a lot. Especially when during election seasons and times and stuff like that, people start like, ain't gonna be no more government contracts. And it's always going, you're gonna always hear something that'll make you just, I just in one ear and out the other. I always say until I actually see a change, I'm not gonna react to anything. Yeah. Yeah. Anybody got any questions out there? You say something, Ashley? I thought you raised your
Yes, I have a question. Hi,
okay.
good morning. Okay, so you probably will answer this later on, and if so, just tell me to be quiet. But like, I know you are for us like networking and everything and like partnering up. How does that work like with the government contracts, like when you have two businesses on one or when you're partnering with another business? Like,
Yeah.
is there a particular procedure or
Yeah, yeah. Really, all you doing, one of y'all gonna be the main contractor, and the one is gonna be a sub. But y'all gonna just draw up a contract between each other, just basically saying that y'all partnering on this contract. But they definitely allow it. But when you get ready to approach the actual proposal or approaching the government about that contract, one of y'all is gonna have to be a subcontractor and one of y'all gonna have to be the main. Even if you splitting it 50-50, you know what I mean? Y'all just,
Mhm.
when you talking to them, you're gonna have to let them know, like, hey, I'm a main contractor, this person is a sub, but we are splitting this 50-50, or so but I mean it's all it is. And just having an agreement in between you two about the partnership. So that's it.
Okay. Thank you.
Right, no problem.
I have a question. So, Drake, the guest that we had last time, he mentioned he was going to send like his pricing information. Was that sent over, or did that? I'm not
Um,
sure if I missed
matter of
it.
fact, he actually sent it to me a couple of days ago. He sent it to me, then he had to redo some stuff, and but I think some people, did you ever just reach out to him? Just
Yeah, yeah, I did. But I also wanted to see if he had sent that information. I wanted to take a look at it as well.
Okay, that's what I'll do is when I upload the homework and everything tonight, because it was just maybe like a couple of days ago. Because every time he sent it, he was like, "Oh, I did this wrong. Let me." So I was just waiting for him to say, "Okay, now it's good to post it." But yeah, okay. So what I'll do when I post the homework tonight, I'll add that as a link too, and everything just be in one folder.
Oh, okay, thank you.
In that, did he have like the different services that he offer, or is it just the pricing for like the credit?
No, he had all the different services that he offered. Even when I looked through it, I didn't even know some of the stuff he had on there like that he does, or I was interested in some other stuff that he have as far as in like real estate investing. So yeah, he had other services that he had on there as well.
All right, yeah, that'd be perfect. I like to see that.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, he had a wide range, and we was even I was talking to him and his other partner. He mentioned her inside of the class that day about her doing grants. And so I've already really patched her up with somebody else I know that has a school and trying to get a grant. So, but we trying to work it out when she'll have time to come back and just, where she could just talk about grants and what she can do as far as in grants.
Yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be nice. Get a little input on the grants and the grant proposals.
Oh
That'd be
yeah, oh
nice.
yeah, yeah. I ain't gonna be mad about no free money. You know, most
Yeah,
definitely.
I'm all about that free money.
Most definitely, most definitely. How many people we
Hey,
got?
good morning, guys.
Hey, good morning. What's going on, Miguel?
Oh, not a lot, just driving.
Oh yeah. Yeah, hard working man. You working right now?
No, I'm not working today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah, headed down to Lubbock. But I got a question for you, Brian.
Uh-huh.
On my LLC for the logistics Lunas,
Mhm.
um, I opened it a couple years ago, but I have not used it or nothing. Does that mean I got to go back and pay my franchise tax for it to be able to get it active through the comptrollers.
Repeat it one more time. I want to make sure I get a clear understanding.
On my LLC that I have for the logistics, I haven't used it in a couple of years, so it's not been active. Do I
Mhm.
got to pay the franchise tax to get it to active to the comptroller?
You know what? They changed it, or you don't have to pay that fee. But I don't know. You said how long it's been since you used it, or how long it been in
I
there?
haven't used it. It's been open a couple of years ago. I opened it up in
Okay.
22
They
or 23. Yeah, 23.
they it's possible that they might make you pay a fee for like 2023, 2024, but then
Okay.
because they changed it recently to where they no longer charging a fee. But
Yeah, because when I went back to open to get my other LLC active for the trucking side, I had to. They didn't charge me a fee at all when I went to the comptroller office.
yeah, exactly. And I had a buddy that reactivated one, and that I guess he wanted to keep that name, but it was like 4 years since he did anything with it, and so
Uh-huh.
it made him pay taxes on like 2 of those years. I guess the years where they still had that rule implemented,
Yeah,
he still had to pay like $50 for each year, and then after that he didn't get charged like the other years. So that might be how that's going to work. So you might have to
yeah,
pay a $50 fee for 1 year, and then the other years they might let you slide on it.
right. Yeah, I finally got my Facebook page for the logistics side up and going and
Okay,
working on
that's what's
that.
up. Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah, I can speak to the because I've been dealing with the Texas comptroller the past week or so, and as it relates to the franchise tax piece of it, there were I started my LLC last year, 2024, and I hadn't done anything with it. And I didn't have a franchise tax on it. There's no franchise tax on it. But I
Okay.
did have to pay sales tax on it. Even though I didn't use it and because I didn't file. So if you didn't file those particular quarters for the sales piece of it, you may have to pay that $54 with
Oh,
however
okay.
you structured it. So it was per quarter or something like that. So for like maybe 4 quarters, $54 or however many quarters you didn't file those taxes for that you should have filed them. But there was no franchise tax, no.
Okay.
Most definitely. So
Yeah, I came in kind of late, Brian. But what were y'all talking about the grants?
yeah. I was saying that the guy Drake that came in was talking about credit and everything. He has
Yeah.
they have a division where they do grants. And so we were talking about getting his lady, I guess the lady that works there that specializes in just grants. We trying to work out a schedule to get her to come back where she can just talk about different grants that's available, and what they can do to help y'all get them grants.
Well, like you said, man, that free money ain't nobody gonna pass up on that.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah. We all looking to hear that, you know. So I think I don't got nobody texting or calling saying they can't get in. Okay, put the house stud in. What? I don't got no. Da, 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 da. Click. Got one student that's struggling to get in. Click the link. Straight.
Woohoo, I made it.
Okay, there you go. I was texting you right then. You in here. Okay, cool. All right. Well, I guess we'll go ahead and start. Missing a couple of people, but they'll probably chime in later. Nobody texting me. So today we're gonna go over compliance and specifically CMMC, but and I guess the importance of it and how it's really gonna help your business. The CMMC certification is something that they're saying that they're gonna make mandatory next year. And so in the contracting space, we're wondering how it's going to even affect certain people or what's going to happen, because either you know how to do it yourself, or you're going to have to pay auditor to do it, and the price ain't cheap. I can say that much. The price, most auditors ain't charging a couple $100. They charging a few $1,000s just to do it. But a lot of government agencies are wanting companies to be at least level 1 CMMC certified. And so but once I explain what how you need to have your business put together for the CMMC certification, it's pretty much going to have you complying for any other compliance, even if you need HIPAA, if you're looking for ISO certification, whatever other certification that you need. It's going to pretty much, if you have this one in place, you're going to already have everything in standard to have any other certification that you need, because you done already got all the other data privacy, everything is already set up once you get this set up. But data privacy and compliance. All right, let's go over some boring stuff, but maybe some new stuff to some of y'all. If some of y'all have worked in corporate, then some of these certifications or some of these processes might even be familiar to you. But now you probably just going to be seeing the back end of it. Has anybody in here, worked from home where your company giving you a laptop? Okay.
Yes, me.
You
Yes, sir. All the time.
Yeah.
okay, so with that,
Yes.
so with that, do they require you to use a VPN or
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
exactly.
Yep.
So your company might already be set up for CMMC, and or they might either have a HIPAA that's ISO 2701001, something like that. But
Yep.
but when they have that in place, this is the same security parameters you got to have in place, your same company have in place for its employees when they're working remote or if they're in office. This is just basically showing you what you got to have for your business in order to meet, I guess their security preference, because really what they want you to do more than anything is make sure that their data is secure. So that's basically what it's all about. You basically certifying that my company is safe, my area is safe, my laptop is safe. We've had training, and we are compliant, basically, so there's different compliances that could help you out, which of course CMMC or the NIST, and that's pretty much a federal government standardized security. Let me put my glasses on. Hold on. I was like, man, why these words look funny? I forgot I got to get in my nerd status.
And you're squinting.
Yeah, exactly. Hold on. That. All right, guys. All right, so of course we're talking about the CMMC, the NIST, which is a federal government standardized security assessment. Then we have the SOC. These are just different compliances. SOC, which is the organization's ability to maintain data security. You got HIPAA, which protects the privacy of individual identifiable health information. Then you got the CIS, which help organizations prevent, detect, and mitigate security incidents. Then you got ISO, which is another, helps organizations protect their information and assets. And then you got OSHA, which is the only one that you're going to pretty much see that's more of, as you see, safe and helpful working conditions, Department of Labor OSHA card. Well, I'm explaining this Department of Labor OSHA card, but 5 out of 6 of these you see are really all about, data security. The only one that's really not about data security is OSHA. And in between each one of these, you will see other little sub parts. So we got like, even with the CMMC, we got like CMMC level 1, level 2, level 3. With ISO, you probably got 50 different ISOs, so, but if you wanted to get an ISO, I would say for your organization, when you want to deal with corporate clients, you would want an ISO maybe 9001. And so but basically these are just different certifications, and the top 3 to focus on is going to be the CMMC, which NIST. If your business has anything dealing with, with health and people's information, of course, HIPAA. And then if your business is a service-based business, you want to have OSHA, and OSHA is the only one where you ain't got to have, like I say, cybersecurity and all that. You just basically want to be taking the course. And the one that's in yellow, I put it in yellow for a reason um because it costs money. You know what I mean? So if you're going for an ISO certification, the 27001 is a more scrutinized HIPAA kind of, it's basically for health, but it goes hand in hand with HIPAA basically. And then the ISO 901 that's like a organizations or a corporation's version of CMMC certification. But with most organizations, if they see that your company is already CMMC certified, they pretty much they will give that a thumbs up because most of them are CMMC certified, and they might not be too hard on you with the ISO 9001 if you got the CMMC already in place. But we're gonna go through what all this stuff means if it just sounds like gibberish. But CMMC, Cybersecurity Maturity Model Certification, level 1, and that's what we're gonna go over today. I think I can zoom through this good enough to where y'all can understand, but not make this we here forever. So today we're gonna make sure that we understand the purpose and importance of the CMMC program, recognize what qualifies as federal contract information, learn the 17 security practices required for CMMC level 1. Number 4, managing passwords, securing devices, and reporting incidents. And then 5, annual self-assessments and demonstrate continuous compliance. And it's actually going to be easy. It's not hard. If it's something new to you, then of course, anytime something seems new, it sounds like it might be hard, but really it's really not. And once you have it in place, um more contracts are going to open up to you, especially anything with DoD. Right now, DoD and military contracts, they require you to be CMMC certified. So if you want anything DoD contract, or if somebody been bidding on them and they've been wondering why can't I get this contract, you probably not CMMC certified anyway, and you probably didn't know that you needed the certification, but to get DoD contracts. But once you get this, military contract is going to open up to you. But in a minute, like I say, this is going to be government in every agency. We just ahead of the curve right now. So what is CMMC? Cybersecurity Maturity Model Certification is the Department of Defense framework that ensures contractors properly safeguard sensitive information. It applies to all contractors and subcontractors that store, processes, and transmit a FCI or controlled unclassified information. Level 1 is the entry level requirement focused on basic safeguards. Key points: compliance is not optional. Contractors must achieve and maintain the appropriate CMMC level to be eligible for DoD contracts. Example, a small company using laptops to access DoD contract data must meet level 1 standards, including password protection, encryption, and secure disposal of data. A lot of big words, but this is going to be easy. It's more about just making sure things are just safe more than anything, and you explaining how you doing it, how you keeping things safe. What is federal contract information? FCI is any information provided by or generated for the U.S. government under contract not intended for public release. Examples: contract statements of work, internal pricings, technical data or project schedules, email communications containing DoD or prime contractor information. Non-examples, which is publicly available data and information intended for general distribution. Treat all FCI as sensitive. Do not store, share, or discuss FCI throughout unapproved systems, personal email, or messenger apps. So as we go through this, I want y'all to be clear that I am not training y'all on anything. All right. This is not a training course. I'm simply just giving like an overview, and I'm going to be showing you guys what I do and you could either choose to do it or not. But this is not a certified training program. I just want you guys to understand that. And so just because we took the class, don't say okay. Then I took a training class. Now when you go through a training program, you might see a lot of stuff that I say kind of relates, but I'm still gonna guide you to where some training program where you can have your well, I'm going to show you what some training programs you can take that's going to help train you on it a little bit more, and that you're going to have to store that information of where you actually got that training from, and it's going to be from those videos, not from me, So, um, and I know I'm going to go over what I'm about to get ready to say. But when you getting ready to get the CMMC certification, there's only 2 people that can do it. Matter of fact, it's already in the slides. I'm jumping ahead of myself. So CMMC level 1 overview. Despite best efforts, data breaches can occur. A well-prepared response plan can mitigate damage and maintain customer trust. So focus protecting federal information, the asset type, annual self-assessments, document in the supplier performance risk system, which I'm going to be showing you that system, along with this. The requirements, which is 15 core practices. I'm going to be showing you guys the best practices as well, and then documentations. So we're going to go over the system security plan, SSP. CMMC domain for level 1. Once you go through these 6, it should help you understand everything that you pretty much need to have in order. And what the most important things, once you understand this, it's going to become simple. So number 1, you want to make sure that you have access control, which is limit access to authorized users, and you're talking about like your laptop and your computers. 2, identification and authentication, verify user identity. And 3, physical protection, so control physical access to your systems. Number 4, system and communication protection, secure communications and connections, which, your VPNs, that's pretty much why most companies tell you when you working from home, they want you using VPNs. System and information integrity, detect and correct security issues. Media protection, safeguard information on media and devices. Each domain contributes to building a layered defense, reduce vulnerabilities across people, devices, and systems. And so we're going to go through each of these 6 a little bit more in detail, and you'll realize it's simple. But more than anything, with each one, you just documenting how you do it. So access control. And matter of fact, another thing, most of us are just one person businesses, or you might just want to have 1 or 2 people in your business. So this is going to be easy to you, because it's not like you got 15 or 20 or 30 people inside of your business and you got to go through and document what everybody's doing. So this is going to be easy because you're just really documenting what yourself and what you do for yourself. So it's going to be simple. Access control, restrict access to FCI and system to authorized users only. Well, you are the only user, so you would only be documenting to yourself that it's just me. Now somebody for to call my phone. But so create unique user accounts for every employee or contractor. Require strong, complex passwords, 12 characters or more. Limit administrative privileges to the system owner or IT manager. Examples: on a company MacBook, only the system owner should have administrative access. The accounts, if any, should have limited permission. Tips: review access rights quarterly to ensure only authorized personnel retain access. Now, you can simply do this, when you on your laptop or your computer. You can have your main account, and then you can have another account on your computer. And on your main account, just on your main account, the one that you use, you would basically have administrative rights. And then if I would just suggest that it'll just be easier if you have a laptop that you do your government contract and work on, and you not let anybody use that laptop or computer, or official kids or anything else. Just don't let them use that laptop. and you just basically then you don't have to worry about separate accounts where your administrative accounts for doing the government contracts, and then the other account is for people who just want to play on your computer. Just just keep a computer or your laptop just for doing government contracting. That'll just make it easier. So you are the only authorized user. Um, Identification and authentication. You can use a multi-factor authentication, MFA, or Apple ID, Microsoft 365, and all cloud services. But if it's just you on your laptop, then it's just you. You ain't got to worry about different employees. Require password changes at least every 90 days. And when you do this, you want to document it too. So, which I'm going to show you your security plan. And every time you do something different in your business, you basically log in every 90 days. I changed this, I changed that. And that's basically what all this is about. Locked accounts after multiple failed login attempts. Why it matters. MFA, which is multi-factor authentication, greatly reduces the risk of breaches caused by stolen passwords. Example, if an attacker steals your password, MFA prevents unauthorized logins because they don't have the second authorization factor. So, which it might be a verification form on verification code, or you might have an app downloaded to your phone or to your laptop to where they got to get the code just to get in. Physical protection. Now, this is pretty much easy. Like, keep laptops in a locked home office when not in use. Do not allow unauthorized visitors to handle work equipment. Use automatic screen locks after 5 minutes of inactivity. Examples: if working remotely, ensure your device is in your possession or securely stored at all times. So you just basically making sure your laptop is in a safe space. System communications, system and communications protection, secure communications and data in transit. So key actions: always use encrypted connections, HTTP, TLSs, enable Mac OS firewall or inbound outbound control, use a VPN when accessing DoD systems or working from public networks. So that's kind of why, like I say, your company tell you, or when you work from home, they want you using a VPN. And if y'all, well, most of our laptops already, or not laptops, even our computers already have certain firewalls set up. And if you're using a Mac, we have what we call like a vault, file vault. It'll be in here somewhere, but it's called file vault, where you can, once you turn that on, it's gonna make your computer even more secure. But da, 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 da. So system and information integrity. Identify, manage, and mitigate threats and system flaws. Recommended practices: enable automatic system security updates, install and maintain antivirus software, which Xprotect and Malwarebytes. Those are two good ones. Review system alerts and logs for unusual behavior. Examples: Mac OS automatically update Xprotect definitions, verify these updates occur weekly. So basically, just when your computer have those automatic updates, just update your computer. And because when it updates, it usually have security that comes with it. So that's basically all you're doing. Do not ignore update prompts or disable system protections. So media protection: protect and properly dispose of devices or media containing FCI. This is using when you've done using your laptop or going to upgrade or whatever. Requires use encryptions on all backups and external drives. Sanitize, secure erase devices before disposal or reuse. Avoid storing FCI on portable media unless absolutely necessary. Examples: when replacing a laptop, use a Mac OS disk utility to securely erase the old drive before recycling or transferring ownership. So basically, just before you sell the laptop, make sure that your computer is all the way 100% erased. Incident and response basics: quickly detect, report, and respond to potential cybersecurity incidents. So if your computer is hacked or breached, this is basically what you need to do. Immediately report unusual system activity. pop-ups, slow response, or unauthorized access alerts. Notify your supervisor, but of course you're talking to yourself. But this could also go if you're actually in a contract and you have your let's just say your system is hacked, you need to immediately contact the your contracting officer or the administrator that's over that contract and let them know, hey, my laptop, integrity was compromised, then they can handle it from their end too. So if you ever have a breach or something happen on your computer, you let them know immediately. Do not attempt to fix or delete suspicious files. Document incident details, so time, description, and actions taken. So, and this when you self-certify, all you doing is basically just going through and just giving details of how you're doing these processes. So employees responsibility, which is yourself because you're an employee of your business. Employees play a critical role in maintaining cybersecurity. Responsibilities include following all security policies and procedures, completing cybersecurity awareness training annually, reporting suspicious activity immediately, protecting credentials and devices from unauthorized accesses. So example, lock your screen when stepping away from your computer, even at for a short time. And if you have somebody that's working with you and they take their laptop to their home, you just gotta you basically gonna be doing the same thing that if you worked at a company, making sure that they use a VPN, letting them know like, hey, don't let nobody use your laptop. Like this is crucial. And this if you decide to have an employee one day, you letting them know like, hey, this will be a violation. Um, System security plan, SSP, and I'm actually going to go over SSP. I'm going to go over mine. I'm not going to show y'all how to put y'all's together, but I'm going to go over mine and I'll let y'all have access to what a blank one of mine look like. Get what I'm saying? So, which on yours you want to have your system name. So any device that you use, you want to make sure that you have that device, inside of your plan, who the owner is, and who's authorized to actually use this laptop. And then from there, you want to have security features. You basically just letting them know like, hey, I have a full disk description. That's if you use File Vault, which that's automatically come on Mac on laptops. If it's on Windows or Chromebook, or if you have any other laptop, you might have to look up what encryptions they have automatically on their laptop. You're going to be logging in with antivirus system that you use. You're going to log in your built-in firewall and VPN protection. So you basically name it all the security features that you use. Your multi-factor authentication for all accounts. So you're going to log in what multi-factor that you use, and any encrypted backups like Time Machine. You can basically say that, hey, this is what I use for backup when I back up my system. Scope, one user, one device located in a secure home office handling only FCI. So, which that's going to probably be most of us is a 1 to 2 person company. And if it's a 1-2 person company, this security plan is going to be real easy for you to make. It's probably only going to be just a couple pages long, and that's all you got to have. And you just got to keep it stored. But then you're going to have a plan of action and milestones to track and resolve cybersecurity gaps. Each PO, A, and M entry includes identifiable deficiency, corrective action plan, responsible individual, and the completion date. Basically, this plan of action is you basically having it written out, your strategy of what you would do in case something happens. Like if, like I say, your system was had an attack on it and somebody came in and got inside your system, like what would you do in that situation? So you basically just spelling everything out and just tell them how, what compliance or what steps you would take to, I guess, mitigate, or even in the situation where it actually happened, basically. Then continuance compliance. And compliance is not a one-time effort, it's an ongoing process. Maintain compliance by conducting annual self-assessments against all 17 CMMC level controls regularly. reviewing and updating your SSP and your POA and M, retaining all compliance evidence for 6 years, and then keeping up with DoD and NIST updates, tips, schedule quarterly reviews to ensure all controls remain in place and effective. And you're going to be doing this basically with yourself. You just, like I say, you just keeping up with your own records of how you did this for yourself. So resources and references, which I've you can go to CMC official site and it's going to give you references. You can go to if you want to look up the NIST, this is the website for that, which y'all going to have access to this once I upload it. These are basically where you can go to help you out find information, but I already created something to help you out for that anyway. Now, who can structure, audit, and certify your company for the CMMC? 2 people, like I say, only yourself or a certified third-party assessment organization. And that's it. I can't do it. So let's just say you call me and say, hey, Brian, I need to know how to do this. I'm gonna say, man, you figure it out. Or read what I put inside of what you call, or use the resource that I gave you, but I can literally not help you with this. But like I say, I'm just showing you mine, so if you decide to copy mine, you can, if you want to hire somebody to do this for you, you can, or if you use the resources that's going to be made available to you, you can do it on your own and you feel like you're fully competent. Definitely do it because it's going to save you a whole lot of money. How much money is it going to save you? Level 1 CMC level ones, CMC level ones usually cost in between $5,000 and $15,000. So if you go to C3POLAO, certified third party audit professional, whatever, they're going to charge you in between $5,000 and $15,000. It's a lot of money, level 2, 63,000 to 200,000, level 3, 100,000 to 500,000. Now these are some pretty hefty amounts. And I literally took these amounts off of a page of how much one charges. And I was just like, okay, these, and you can't even really find, I think the cheapest one I found was a guy, he said he'll do it for like 3,500 for a level 1. And it's not that deep. It's not that deep to be paying thousands of $1,000s. I would rather take out the time and just learn this because it's really not that hard, to be honest. So what I did for you guys was I created a customized chat GPT to where you can actually use it. And I'm going to give you guys the link to it to where you can use this customized chat GPT. And maybe either next week or week after next, I'll be showing you guys how to create a custom chat GPT of your own. I'm real big on creating my own custom GPTs. And when I create these GPTs, especially like for this one, what I do, I go into the back end and I upload all of the laws, the actual regulations and compliances from the government. I upload all of the resources that pretty much go around, these compliances, which this one right here for CMMC, and it's for NIST as well. So what you're gonna do is, and it's only going to get information from the documents that's uploaded to it, basically. So I do this with the FAR. I do this for everything. So instead of you having to go to FAR and figure things out, me personally, I would just create a custom GPT with all of the information from the FAR inside of it, and then I'll just add Chat GPT information, and it's going to get it directly from the documents and not just online or hallucinating or anything of that nature. So I created a customized GPT where it can act as your assistant for anything related to CMMC. Now, if you get to asking it questions about anything else, it's probably not going to ask anything else properly, but it's going to get you, when it comes to this, since I uploaded all the information for CMMC, that's going to get you right. So ask it all of your questions, and it's going to even help you with your security plans, plan of actions. It's going to help you basically with everything. So, but like I say, matter of fact, to even use this, I gotta say this, to even use it, you're gonna have to have the $20 a month plan with Chat GPT. So if you got the free plan, you're not even gonna be able to. Matter of fact, I don't even if you got the free plan, I don't even think you can even it even pop up for you, you know. But if you got that $20 a month plan with Chat GPT, when you pull this up, it's gonna be fully functional for you. So do anybody in here already know how to make custom Chat GPTs or custom GPTs?
I made a couple.
Made a couple. Okay, cool. So you already know where I'm coming from with this then, huh? Okay, then cool. So yeah,
Yeah,
so
and then sometimes when I try to, I'll ask ChatGPT to give me a prompt to help me and to make a GPT
yeah,
GPT. So
yeah.
yeah, so I use it on a regular.
Yeah, most definite, most definite. So I do it when it comes to government contracting. I do it when anything I want, some specialized knowledge, I go through and I just get all of the laws, I get all of the documents that's, if it's something with the government and they got PDFs and laws already, and like, here, read this handbook, I'm gonna take that whole handbook and then I'm gonna create a custom GPT. you know, and then when I ask that GPT, is not only that, it's gonna be able to get the information, what page is it on, and what does it say this at, and then just straight ask that. So I created this, and I probably uploaded just from CMMC and this compliance. It probably got about a good 10 different documents, and them documents are all long, so you ain't got to go through and read each and every law. Just ask Chat GPT, and it's going, like I say, it's gonna get you there. So and then as far as in the training videos, you can actually go to I'm going to show you another page for this. The SPRS, the government already have training videos that you can go through and watch their training videos. And when you set up your security plan, because you have a part in there where you got to put like where you got training from, you can say that you use their training, which is free, but there's other online places they got paid training, and they got other online places where it's free training as well. But when you even the ones that I have seen that was free training, it was just these videos that was already straight on the government website. So you can go through, watch their training, which is more videos than just this six. You'll see a whole page of just different videos and training over different topics. So when it asks you are you training your employees on yearly? You can just watch the training videos on SPR on RS, and you can just document the dates that you said that you took the training videos or watch the training videos. Now, Now, when you get ready to do this certification, it's going to be two things. Well, a couple of things you're going to have to do. First, before you start applying for this certification, you want to make sure that you have your cybersecurity plan in place. And I have a blank one that's available, and all you really got to do is read through it. If you feel like this is what you want to do, then you put your company information, case code, and you just go through and you fill in the blanks with your actual company information. And and most of it is laid out. If you want to get further into detail, you can ask that custom chat GPT that I made, and it will even go more into depth on what you need to do for your specific system. You can have it create it for you, and then you can go over it. And if you feel like if that's what you want to do, you can create it, or you can actually use it. So but it's gonna lay out everything inside of that GBT. But I already have a couple of documents, or if you want to use that, you can just use that and go over. And if you feel like that's what you want to do, then go for it. But it pretty much explains everything inside of the documents already laid out. Now, when you get ready to apply, um, because I know all of us is gonna apply at different times, so I didn't just want to do a video right here. I created detailed instructions on how to go through and get this certification. Create your security plan first. Answer the questions, make that packet first. That way you know that everything is in compliance. Once you know everything is in compliance and you're ready to apply for this certification, then you go to the certification. So do your security plan, everything first, then you come over here and you follow these steps to the T. It's laid out for you, and it's easy. You can probably get this done in a day or two. So, and I literally have the website, pictures of the website. As you see right here, I got it circled, like click this button, go here, click that button. I'm literally giving you the full walkthrough on how you actually gonna apply for this certification. So step one, you already registered at SAM, you got your cage code. After that, you're gonna go to this website. I already got the link on the website you go to. Before you actually be able to fully apply, you're going to have to call them first and ask them to put you inside of a PIEE vendor group. So all you really have to do is follow these instructions step by step, and it's literally going to get you all the way there. Create your profile. I got the picture of it up. Each step that you need to take, everything that you need to do is already there. If you call me and ask me, Brian, how do I do this? I'm just gonna say you're gonna have to figure it out because I cannot walk you through it. You know what I mean? But I feel like, and I'm doing this also for my security, because if something go wrong, and then ain't too many people gonna say, yeah, man, I messed up on. They're gonna say, no, Brian showed me how to do this. You know what I mean? So, this is for entertainment purposes. If you choose to go through this route, which, there you go. But so I'm showing you where to register, what buttons to click. Yeah, you see things are circled. I'm showing you exactly what to do. There's literally nothing you should even have to ask me, on how to do it, because I laid out everything. And then once you get done applying for that, they're going to give you this appointment letter. You got to store this appointment letter alongside of your security plan. And if for whatever reason you have an audit, only thing you got to do in that audit is give them your security plan, give them this appointment letter, and from there they just gonna be asking when the last time that you updated your system, when the last time you did this or that. But once you do this, make it a routine, or even make a schedule of, every 90 days I'm gonna change my password. Every 90 days I'm gonna go through it, or every week I made sure that my system was updated. And every time you make an update or you change a password, all you got to do is just write it down, and just to where, you have a record of it. So it's going to be pretty simple. Now, is that it? Yeah. Other than that, yeah, that's it. So that's going to be basically, if you want to go for this certification, I'm going to recommend everybody go for this CMMC certification, because like I say, next year is going to be a requirement anyway. So I don't know if it's going to be directly in the beginning of the year it's going to be a requirement, but they're saying it's going to be earlier in the year, so it might be like April or something like that. So, but once it become a requirement, and you start seeing your local government agencies asking you for your CMM certification, if you don't have it, then you just ain't gonna have contracts, and it's gonna be that simple. And even when you are dealing with corporate clients, since a lot of corporate clients are getting CMMC certified, they're going to really like working with other smaller companies or other companies that are CMMC certified as well. Because even when they're transferring data between you and them, they know that if you're already compliant with the government, they know that you have everything in place to even be compliant with them as well. So that's pretty much it. I think that's a wrap for class. Any questions out there?
Yes, I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
So you showed the slide that had like the top three to focus on.
Uh-huh.
So that security plan that you just showed us, is that the CMMC
Yeah.
NIST part of it?
Yeah.
And
So
is that the only part that's required, that this is going to affect for next year? That's the level
yeah,
one?
exactly. So the CMMC level 1 is going to be required. And that's basically just saying that you got the basics of, data protection in place.
Mhm.
So um, you know,
Those other buckets like OSHA and HIPAA, that's a different level if you wanted to go
yeah,
deeper.
if you want to. That's more of, that's just if you want to. But here go the thing. Once you have, even if you didn't go for the CMMC, right? If you just had those security practices in place,
Mhm.
if you was to be audited for a HIPAA, you would automatically pass it, because that's basically the same thing that you got. Everything is secure. Even if you're doing the ISO certification, when you go through they security and what they want you to have in place is the exact same thing. You know what I mean? So once you go through the CMMC certification, you're certified for that. The other ones are going to be easy. I mean, they're not even going to be easy. You already have it in place, So if they say, okay, what system are you using, or what are your practices? Okay, this is my practices. You already know because you already got your CMMC certificate, already set up. So, once you do this, you're going to automatically be in a position to, if you get a HIPAA. So let's just say HIPAA certification, right? When it comes to HIPAA at OSHA, they don't have an official government certification, right? And so, you have companies that provide training programs that get you certifications. Now, the thing about those certifications is when you go for those certifications, you're supposed to still have this set up. You know what I mean? So some people might get a HIPAA certification, but they never even set up a security plan, or they never set up a plan of action, or but they're literally supposed to, but once you have this set up, it's going to also make your HIPAA look good. It's going to make, ISOs look good. Everything else is going to be able to flow, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other questions?
And even if you still need all the certifications, it's going to be like maybe one or two people on your business.
Yeah, yeah. So even if it's just you by yourself, you're gonna basically be required to have the CMMC in a second.
Okay.
Yeah. And you can really, like I say, you can have this really done in a day. You know what I mean? If you sit down and just knock it out, getting registered is easy. When you register for a vendor group, you can do it by calling in. When you call in, of course, they're gonna make sure this is actually you, and they're gonna be using the exact same information that's on your sound registration. So, you call in, say, hey, this is, and another thing is you have to be the person that's the administrator in sound. So the name of the person that's administrator in sound can only be the one that's gonna be able to do this and I guess get certified. So so yeah, but it's really an easy process.
And you said you have that all on the chat on
Yeah,
the
well,
chat
the chat,
GBT or
yeah, the chat is gonna be an assistant, but I have some documents that'll help walk you through it that you can just
okay.
follow along. Yeah.
Or then that's going to be also in your chat then.
Yeah, yeah. And if you got any questions, ask the chat because I uploaded it with all of the legal information, the FAR, the all of the regulations that's needed. It's
Yeah.
all there. Yeah.
Okay.
I have one more question, sorry.
Uh-huh.
So, I have a courier business. Say I get a contract with the military and I decide to hire owner operators to do the driving.
Mm-hmm.
Are they going to have to be CMS, MMC?
No, the company.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
They
They are.
individually will have to be certified.
Yeah. They are. They are.
Okay.
So yeah, you would have to explain it to them. You might have to show them how to do it if it's somebody you really want to work with. But yeah, they would. So anybody that you work with that you're gonna be giving information to, if it's a contract on this level, they have to. Well, like I say, in a minute, everybody gonna have to. But I think the sad part about it is most people are not gonna know how to do it on their own. And
That's what I'm thinking. Like, it seems like that might I mean, it's going to create opportunity, but also like a bottleneck. An opportunity if you're a company that has it, but
mhm.
if
Oh
you're
yeah.
trying to hire people as well and they don't have it, so
Yeah, yeah. You might be having to, okay, I'm going to work with you, but I'm going to have to show you how to do this or XYZ. But,
right.
I mean, I can't say this, I can't, but this is a situation where like some information that a lot of people don't. You know what I mean? If y'all wanted to start something just showing people how to do it, like I said, there's companies that's charging 5 to 10,000. Now they are like certified places, but I'm just saying, I don't know if picking up what I'm putting down.
Yeah, we got to charge a fee for doing things for people.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
picking up.
yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. So like I say, the cheapest I've been able to find was a guy who was saying 3,500, and and he wanted me to have everything already in place. But I already had mine. I was just, just calling around, just, not trolling, but just trying to see what people are charging. And he was just the cheapest one. And he wanted me to already have my security plan, everything, and he was just gonna do it applying online. And in my mind, I'm just like, that ain't nothing but a couple hour process, but you want 3,500. But it's gonna be next year, you're gonna see a frenzy happening of everybody saying, like, where can I get this certification? Even right now, if you look up some of these companies, like a lot of them are hiring for auditors because they know this is about to be a lot of money about to get ready to be made. So they hiring auditors to they can perform this, and a lot of money gonna be made from this next year.
Hey, bro, I don't know if you covered this. Is there a registration fee?
No, it's not.
Okay.
And you'll notice, like, if it's anything with the government, you really not gonna see too many fees or anything. So when you register on this website, it's 100% free. And when you do the self-assessment, it's 100% free, but like
Okay.
I say, if you go through an auditor, it's they gonna make it sound like it's the most hardest thing to do. And they gonna throw all them big words at you to make it sound like
Yeah.
it's complicated. Yeah.
I even that post I made earlier, um, it was actually a letter I got in the mail saying that my registration on Sam.gov is expiring and they want $600.
Yeah. No, that's not the that wasn't the real place, man. That was I don't know if I can call them a scam. It's scammy, but that's just a private company that's probably sent you a link. Did you click on their link to get to the registration?
No, so they mailed me. It was a hard copy.
Was it from
Oh,
Clearwater, Florida? Because I got one too.
I gotta look back into it, but it had literally my cage code, my
Yeah.
EUIN number, business name, and they're like, "Hey, your registration is coming up. We want $600."
Yeah. With
yeah.
the check.
Say it again.
Yeah, well, the check. They told you how you could pay them. That was crazy to me.
Oh yeah, so I'm like,
Yeah,
man, this makes
Yeah,
no sense to me.
it definitely happened.
those are scams. I've been through
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah, most definitely. And unfortunately, I've known people that have failed for it. So ain't no telling how much money they make just sitting mailing people that, and people who actually fall for it. And yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
I've already started getting emails from companies about CMMC, about, oh, they're doing webinars, and what they're probably doing is what you just talked about. Like, we'll show you, we'll, give you all these big words, and then here's the fee if you want to sign up for us to do it for you.
Oh yeah.
So,
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's gonna be complicated, but the CMMC certification been out, I want to say, since like 2013, 14, but I ended up getting, when I first got a military contract for driving trucks, we had to
mhm.
be CMC certified. And at that time, I ain't really have nobody walk me through it, and it just, I had to figure it out. But going through the process, it wasn't hard. I was like, oh, okay, that wasn't it. That wasn't that hard. But then when I started seeing companies saying that they charge, I was like, wait a minute, you charging how much for it? I'm like, this can't be the same CMMC certification I just did on my own that I did in one day. You know what I mean? Like, this can't be. But yeah, it is. It's the same certification. And matter of fact, they just made it to where you are able to do your level 1 and your level 2 for self. So even on your level 2, you're able to do it yourself as well. Now your level 3, you have to hire an auditor to do your number 3, So but I think by the time you paying somebody $100,000 or $500,000 just for a certification, it's probably gonna be a $50 million contract or something. It's gonna be something to where it's gonna be worth it. But if it's not that, then I don't see it. But yeah, the level 2 used to be something to where you had to have a third party auditor to do it, but they made it now to where you can just do it yourself. And you just got to go through and make sure that all the levels of security that they want in place, you're just doing it, and you're gonna be doing the exact same thing. You're just gonna be documenting how you protecting the system, and that's all it is. So you just documenting it. So, and if you're doing it by yourself, like even on mine, I say, how do you keep your laptop top secure? there's a lock on my front door of my office. So this computer is locked. And that's another reason. Like even when I do my Zooms, I do everything from my laptop versus my computer because I leave this just for doing that, and I kind of do everything over here on my laptop.
Brian, you said that this certification has been in place since back in 2013.
Yeah, 2013, 14. So it's been around for a while.
That's crazy because I started as a medical carrier, so I had to be HIPAA and OSHA certified, and I have never heard of it until now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Most of the time you ain't gonna hear about it unless you had to do like a military or DoD contract.
Okay,
And
makes sense.
yeah, yeah. Once you do that, but once they now what's making them make it something that's going to get ready to be across all agencies is AI. So everybody's having AI on their computer. Everybody is using, everybody's downloading stuff all the time. So now they just want now it's going to be a thing where it's going to go across all agencies because it's just like everybody using Chat GPT to do proposals, XYZ. They uploading sensitive information into Chat GPT, and now they about to get ready. They really finna cut all this out. But this has been a conversation. I done been in several webinars over the last past couple of years. This has been a big conversation, in the government as far as in people using AI for proposals and everything and what information that they're actually uploading into it, so and they want to know what people using these devices or this software like ChatGPT, are their system safe as a government where people steady uploading sensitive information into it as far as in contract information. But so this, I believe these certifications is going to make it to where in a minute, being in government contracting is really it's going to open up wide for a lot of us because you know, who knows? I don't know the percentage, but I can just imagine at least 50% of these companies finna get ready to fall off.
Maybe I'll
Brian,
pick
on
you
that,
up.
So any other questions?
Yeah, I did have a question. Are you going to go ahead and upload that slide deck on I think session 4?
From last time, it was already
No,
uploaded.
for this session. This
Oh,
is
for this
session.
session? Oh, for today's session?
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm gonna upload it. So when everything, from the video, when I upload the video and everything is for the day, it's gonna be uploaded inside the session.
Thank you. And the other part, if I heard you correctly, didn't you say you would show us how to make an AI agent? Did that say something? Is that
Mm-hmm.
something that you're willing to go over? I don't know if it would take long to go over today or not.
No, I ain't going over it today because I'm gonna go over. So when I go over AI and workflow, that's the day I'm gonna
Okay.
go over that. Yeah, but
Okay.
um, what I want to do as far as in AI and like making custom GPTs is I want to make sure that we actually know everything we're doing first. Because if we don't really know what we're doing and we trying to use ChatGPT, is that's
Void.
not only not gonna be right, you're not even gonna know that it's not right because you're gonna think ChatGPT did it right. You know what I mean? But once you know it for yourself, like when I go through all of the grading system evaluation and you understand it, when you get ready to start using the ChatGPT, you can either prompt it to do what you want it to do, but if it do something wrong, you'll automatically catch it, and be like, wait a minute, you did that wrong. I know that's not right. But yeah, most definitely. So we definitely gonna get there.
Okay, awesome. And what do we have to look forward to next week?
Oh man, next week that's when we're gonna pretty much start on actual going through evaluating contracts, but not just statement of work. We're gonna go straight first into how it's graded, how contracts are graded and evaluated. Because once we understand how they grade it and evaluate it, then we're gonna go over, scope of work and information you need to extract from proposals and how to write the proposal, because now that we know how to evaluate and grade it, now we're going to know exactly how we're going to create our proposal when we need to create one, or how we even going to approach it. So like right now, I see a lot of time people say, man, I wrote, I've did 10 proposals, I'm steady losing, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. And when they say that, I already automatically know they just don't understand evaluation or how it's going to be evaluated. Because once you understand how it's going to be evaluated, it's gonna all of a sudden now it's gonna be too easy. So you're gonna see certain parts you're gonna know, like, I'm not even gonna worry about this part because when it comes to getting graded, like this part only weighs but 2% of the evaluation. So why would I sit and make this 2 pages based on just this when I need to be concentrating on this part, Or if it's a contract based just on pricing and not necessarily a technical approach, then you're not even finna go real deep in nothing technical. You're just gonna focus on making sure you're pricing right. But it's just every contract is gonna be different and every contract is gonna be graded different. So that's kind of why when last week DJ was talking about the I think you in here somewhere, ain't you, DJ? He asked about um the contract is, I guess, about to get ready to come up soon, and you could no longer ask any more questions. And so I asked, did anybody ask how the contract is going to be graded or evaluated? If nobody asked that question, then you're just gonna be shooting in the dark now because you don't really know how it's gonna be graded. But if you ask that contract officer, like, how is this going to be graded? Like, and that's two separate things. There's how it's graded and how it's evaluated. You got to know both. So once you know both, then you can know, okay, now I know exactly how I'm about to approach this contract. Because at that point now, it's a cheat code now. So I already know what you're finna grade it off of. So, it's just what it is. But that's gonna be next week.
Okay.
You asked me one question, I went it.
No, I'm excited. The other part is there any other homework outside of like going into with the CEMMC?
Nah, I just want y'all to make sure that y'all go ahead and at least if you haven't, like, I know you ain't got your cage code and everything right now, or it's coming.
For that business.
Yeah, exactly. So at least get all your paperwork, security plan of action. I already just had that in place. And once you got it set up, so as soon as you get it, all you got to do is just get the certification, and everything is good. And once you certify, it'll show in their system that you're certified. So even if another company wanted to look you up, when they see, like, okay, yeah, this company CMC certified, so it's certain questions they're not even gonna have to ask you about security or your system. Say they already see you are, and then they might even assume that you use a third party assessment. So yeah.
Okay, good.
All right.
Thank you.
No problem. No problem.
So,
Hey,
You
Brian,
gotta go on sam.gov first, Brian.
Yeah, you have to make sure that you have a sound registration and you have your cage code, because you can't even get the certification, the CMC, unless you have your cage code.
All right.
Brian, I have a question about because I'm in the process of dealing with the cage code and EIN, blah, blah, blah. My address initially when I formed the business, well, I don't need to, I don't even think you need all of that. The thing is, the address, my address for my EIN number does not match the address that I've currently changed it to. So before I apply for the cage code or in that process, do I need to update my address with the IRS before applying for the cage code?
I'm gonna recommend it. That is
Okay.
that is it's not only the same. You want your address to show the same all the way across, but
Across the board, yeah.
yeah, you want to show all the way the same. But once you change it, you're gonna have to wait almost like 2 weeks, because sometimes either you're gonna have to wait for it to show in a system, or when you apply, if it bounced back, they might ask you for the paperwork showing that you changed it. And I mean that doesn't take as long. So let's just say if you apply and it take 3 days and they kick it back, then all you gotta do is just respond with the paperwork showing, like, hey, this is it's been amended, or it's been updated. But then they'll go back to looking. I usually would just prefer that it's already showing up in the system, because it's almost like once you start getting kicked back, it's like it's hard to get out of that process. Now they scrutinize and they're going through all your documents all the time.
Everything.
Yeah, so it's really kind of best if everything can go smooth the first time around. Because if it goes smooth the first
Yeah.
time around, you get your EI like immediately, then you get your case code within a couple of days, and you can move on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No
Hey,
problem.
Brian, this is a off-topic question. Are all books sent out already? Your book, the 4-step book?
Yeah, you should have. Yeah, you definitely should have been got it by now.
Okay.
Just haven't got
I
it.
got it. No, I haven't.
Okay. I'll check into it. I'll check into it. See what's going on. If not, I'll just send you another one.
Okay, thank you.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Brian.
Hey.
For the CMC, is that we just go straight to the website and apply for that?
Yeah, exactly. And I have the instructions off and already where it'll take you step by step. So just get your security plan in order first,
Okay.
and like I said, it's almost just fill in the blank, so just make sure that's together first. Upload, file, vault, everything that you need, just have it in place. It doesn't take long. And then
Gotcha.
after it's in place, so when you're going through the application and they ask you certain things like, do you have a security plan and do you have this? You can confidently say yes, you do, and just click yes.
Okay.
All right, no problem.
So how long is that process? Like once you submit your security plan and answer the questions, is it like automatic or you have to wait?
Immediately. Yes, immediately.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the second you apply and everything, even when you finalize everything and send it in, it'll say, somebody, you'll hear back from somebody in 2 days. But the second you put apply, it'll probably take 2 seconds. You'll get an email saying you have been accepted or da da da. So it's immediately, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Any other questions out there?
Yeah, I have a quick question. So when you say like level 1, level 2, level 3, what type of companies or contracts would you need to do like a level 2 or level 3?
That's when it just started becoming more confidential, so let's say a level one contract could be something that, let's say, it's unclassified, so it might just be information that they just don't want the public knowing. It might be, for right now, since it's just DOD, it could just be, they want to buy guns that are going here and there, or it could just be some information that they don't want their enemies knowing about, but once it get to like level 2 and level 3, you talking about now you probably working hand in hand with the government, or you doing just bigger contracts, so it's really whatever they say it is, to be honest. So let's just say with me having a level 1, I had the level 1 and we were just picking up, I don't know what it was we picking up, to be honest. We just pulled up at the military base, they fill the truck up and we deliver it at the next stop and it's delivered, and even for that, has anybody in here got a trucking company that been running for 2-3 years nonstop compliant, good? Nobody? Okay, cool. Well, I mean, because I was about to say, because if you've been running for 2 or 3 years, you could literally go and jump on some military contracts, like, but you got to have your MC for a minimum 2 years.
But I
And
had 2 deaths.
huh?
I had 2 deaths on my MC number.
Oh, really? Y'all, yeah. Like they want when you get ready to apply, even for military freight, like they don't want to see, like, it has to be continuous for 2 years. Like, so if it ended anywhere within that 2 years, they're gonna say, wait however long it takes. So if it was 6 months ago that it turned off or whatever and came back on, they would say wait another year and a half. So, but yeah.
Mhm.
But a matter of fact, the video that I have inside the program literally walks you through the military freight. It's inside the program, matter of fact.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah. But it could be, as far as what Sabrina asked, it can really be whatever they certify as level 1, level 2, level 3. And the level of risk of information that they feel that it is.
So for instance, really quick, so like we get level 1 and then we find a contract and they say level 2, would it be, I know financially, I mean, it's kind of expensive to get somebody to do it, but like level 2, you said we probably could do it ourselves. Would it be something that we would have time to be able to kind of learn and train to do it, or is it something that we should be working on now? I know it's kind of like baby
Yeah,
steps
yeah,
first.
yeah, yeah.
Something at least level 2, maybe. Do you see a lot of that we
You,
probably?
as long as you get those security plans put in place, because it'll literally explain, like, let's say for level 1, it's 17 different practices they want you to have in place, which is pretty easy stuff. level 2 is like 110 practices. You know what I mean? So you got to make sure you go through that other 95, you know what I'm saying, 94 practices and explain how you're meeting, how you meeting the standard of that, inside of your security plan. And once you do that, you could do it for yourself. And literally, once you know how to do this level 1, once you get there and figure out how to do that, you're gonna see how to do level 2. It's gonna be it's because they work, they are hand in hand. And once you certify for level 1, you're gonna see level 2 certification, self-assessment. Do you want to do that? You can, but make sure you have everything in place first. So you literally can do your level 2 yourself. But I wouldn't suggest clicking certifying that your level 2 is in place if you're not literally having that in place. That's why I'm telling y'all, even with this, do the security plan and everything first. That way, when you're answering questions, you can be confident and that you really got it in place. But on a level 2, you can self-certify for level 2. I just wouldn't recommend that you do that unless you have it in place, because if they audit you and you don't have it in place, then you're looking at big fines, big jail time. Like it's actually serious. You know what I mean? So yeah, but if you go through and you see everything that's required, go through and check it off. And actually, if you want to go for level 2, go for it, but just make sure that you have everything in place.
Okay, perfect. I was just wondering, I know that's why I said baby steps first doing 1, but I didn't know like 6 months down the road, okay, maybe looking
Yeah,
into do 2 or something like that. Okay.
yeah,
I
most
appreciate
definitely, most
it.
definitely. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was looking at it. I was trying to figure out how can I become a certified auditor. Cause I was like, man, they about to make a lot of money next year. And even if you did, because once you become a certified auditor, you can certify people for level 1, 2, and 3. And so, I feel like I almost really feel like if you made that a business of it just its own of being a certified auditor just for the CMCs, yeah, you finna make a lot of money. So that's something to look into if you really want to do that. And if you already been auditing for a company as an auditor, and just see how you can figure out how you can actually become a certified auditor, to where you can do this.
So what would Brian do? Tell me your steps.
What would I do?
Yeah. Tell me your steps. You said if you was to do it, then what? What does those steps look like?
I would stay in my lane if it was me. Okay, because here go.
Hypothetically speaking.
Yeah. Here go the reason why I say I stay in my lane, because
Oh,
I come across a lot of opportunities, right?
okay.
Especially with working with different companies, or even when I write contracts for different companies, like I see a lot, I see so much, it'll be real easy for me to just dive into other stuff. And I would never gain focus if I died in anything. But if it was me and I decided to, go this auditor route, first, I feel like if you already been auditing or you've been doing it for a company, you probably already have the experience. And I would just go through and see what certification it's organized. I mean, because I've already looked into it a little bit. I always look just enough for me to be like, nah, let me focus on what I'm focusing on. But there's organization. You could easily Google, that certified third party, auditor organization, and you can search that up and how to become an auditor, and they'll literally tell you exactly what experience that you need to have in place. I think they want to say you got to have at least a bachelor's degree. You had to at least been an auditor for like a year, or can prove you've been auditing for like a year for like a company. And with some companies have you internal as an auditor without a license. You know what I mean? So you could probably technically be an auditor for your own company. You know what I mean? I'm just saying,
Consulting is auditing.
yeah, I mentally work around stuff all the time. So I'm just saying. So there's a lot of, so with that, from what I saw, I looked just enough to be like, I could do this. And then I backed out of it and was just like, nah, let me stay in my lane. I'm trying to get known for this. But yeah, being an auditor it's a upcoming career right now. And it's gonna be, and it's one of them things like AI can't take your job. You know what I mean? Like you auditing the AI people use, and making sure that they security and everything is in place. So, but yeah, I think this gonna be it's the talk of the town, right? In the government space,
Cutting edge.
it's the information that's going around what they're talking about. Yeah,
Okay. Thank you.
no problem.
I think that's kind of like when AI, like ChatGPT, like probably in maybe a few years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, when it finally first came out, a lot of people didn't jump on it, and the people that actually did jump on it now are getting in there teaching, making thousands and
Yep.
thousands, going to conferences, making hundreds of thousands of dollars. So it could be
Yep.
something like that.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. So, yes, it's a lot of money to be made, and like I say, if for me to get interested, and I've almost started a bunch of stuff, when I was with my homegirl Sophia, the one that do the contract agent, not I mean the staffing agency for nursing. When I saw that, I was like, man, I'm gonna start me a nursing agency. I'm seeing the contract, then I done helped a couple people get contracts with it, and I'm seeing the money, I've seen I've seen the money behind a lot of different industries, and it make you want to once you in my position and you seeing like how I'm working with y'all right now. If it's 30 of y'all and all of y'all are business owner, then you get a contract and then you get a contract. I start saying like, man, she got a contract. I might need to jump over there, But yeah, you'll see a lot of different opportunities. But yeah, if it's always good to jump on things early, and so right now, um, let's just say if you're an auditor for like the CMMC or even the ISOs, it's almost a backup, So if you got your everything in place and you wanted the auditor to come, they can do it online or they can physically come to your location. It might be like a month backup for them to even come to you, before they would even be able to audit anything, So, they're making a lot of money, So yeah. Any other questions out there? So
Thanks for including this in the program because I don't think I would have a clue. I think all of us are just focused on contracts and about, like getting the actual contracts. This is also super important because if we don't meet this, requirement, we can't get any contracts. So I'm glad you included this in the program.
Oh yeah, most definitely, most definitely. And sometimes when I sit back and I hear people say what they didn't get a contract, in my mind, I know I just don't speak on it. But I got to save something for my people that didn't pay something, you know. But most definitely, this certification is going to become real important. And even if it's a contract that's not a CMMC, certified contract, when they see that you have it in place and they see that, like, okay, man, this actually makes you stand out from the crowd when, so even when you get ready to put your proposals and everything together, you're going to be stating that, I'm a, level 1 CMMC certified company, and you throw that you find a way to put that inside of your proposal so they know like, oh, okay, if they certified to do military and DoD contracts, then they gonna know what to do with this, Awesome.
So for the CMCC, because some light bulbs went off because it's like for my business, it could be, hey, if I'm certified, I could technically put that as, hey, I will teach your business how to become certified in that situation, correct? Is that how that would work?
I would keep that. I wouldn't say that.
So it can't be like I'll teach. I mean, because there are companies out there that teach
Yeah, like
certification.
Like the reason, like, because I was even scared to teach y'all. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I mean? Like, because the only thing is that if you're not a certified third party auditor teaching it, because a certified third party auditor can teach it and certify and everything else, right? Um, if this something that you're doing, it's something that you're doing underneath the table. You know what I mean? And when you tell us like, hey man, I can show you how to do this, but this is gonna be off the record. You know what I mean? So and you can even show them like how I did in this slide. Like normally it's gonna cost you this much. It's gonna cost you $5,000-$10,000. I can show you how to do your own thing, but I can tell you how I did mine. You know how you trying to play around with the word and
But you have to be an auditor to actually verbally say that I can
do
teach you
this.
how to do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, you know, but other than that, they have to do it themselves and they have to read the information on for themselves. So they either have to only self do everything themselves or, you know, somebody who's certified that can really do it, you know, can do it, you know. So, but just, you know, so if somebody walked in my door and it's gonna be somebody you probably need to have a good close relationship. It's almost like you selling drugs to somebody. You can't let everybody know you got it. You know what I mean? But yeah, so most definitely, man. I wouldn't say that I teach it, but you know, I could probably guide you in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? You know, you can find workarounds, man, you know. So yeah.
It's like CMMC what?
Yeah, guidance, you know, I can guide, I can tell you about it, I can give you an overview of what it means, and I can, tell you exactly XYZ, but yeah, you got it. You get what I'm saying? Yeah.
So Brian, that person that was charging you 3,500, they weren't like an official auditor. They weren't like officially certified. They were just kind of guiding as
No, that was
well.
official. That was an official auditor,
Oh,
but
okay,
their
okay.
price was only 3,500 because they wanted me to already have my security plan. They wanted me to have everything already in place.
Mm-hmm.
And then they were just gonna only do the online part, where just getting on and certifying and registering you and stuff like that. And even when I was listening to them talking about how technical it is and how long it was going to take, like I said, I was kind of trolling, but I was just trying to call around to get prices and just see how much people charge it. But because he said a higher price at first, and I was just like, I can't get that down, like more. Well, if you already got your security plan, the plan of action, you already got everything in place. I can just do this registration part for you still for 3,500, and it's still you got to do this, and you got to register for your PIEE group, and you got to make sure you have this in place. You got to make sure you register for that. But when you do it, you're gonna realize like, man, just a click of a button, man. It's not that technical.
Right. The security plan is really the meat of everything, is what it sounded like. So,
Yeah, it really is. It really is. And like I say, when you get ready to do it, you're gonna see how easy it is. It's not. It's nothing that's that technical to be honest. But yeah. Any questions out there? Y'all want to go and enjoy y'all weekend? All right. Well, I go ahead and let y'all go. And y'all can have the rest of y'all Saturday and go have fun and then y'all gonna get this in place, but y'all probably can't make no call to actual the PIEE people until Monday anyway. So, it ain't gonna take long for y'all to do. And then by the time next week happen, we'll start getting it cracking into like some real stuff. So, all right. All right. Other than that, I guess y'all have a good weekend.
You too.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah.
All right. Peace.
Yeah.
All right. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Brian.